Hey guys, welcome back. We're excited to let you know that we finally got our YouTube channel up and running. We've posted all of our old episodes on there, and we posted our first video podcast for episode 10.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've got another great episode coming for you today. Let's start talking.
Sweet.
All right, so these come from TikTok. These are some like deep questions. Ready? First one: would you rather have more time or more money?
I would rather have more money. Because the only thing I can think about, it sounds like I'm a bad person, but the only thing I can think about with more time is making more money.
Honestly, I agree with that. Because I think if I had more money, I'd get to live the quality of life that I want to live. And then by the time I die, it's like, well, I did everything that I wanted to do because I had the resources to do so.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you'd get really, really bored if you like were immortal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you could do, but because if you say you live for 10,000 years, you're gonna know how to make so much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also like all the people that you've cared about your whole life are gonna be gone, and you'll just be here on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
new friends,
imagine being the only person on this planet.
That'd be scary.
That would suck.
Or like, what if there's only two people on the planet, right? You are one of them in the U.S. and the other one is like in, we'll just say like Mongolia, like on the other side of the earth.
Yeah.
And you have to like go find that person.
Yeah, and then you're both probably moving around and
Yeah.
moving further away from each other.
How long do you think it would take to find that person?
Like if you had an infinite amount of time.
Yeah, say you both are immortal. How long until you find that person?
A long time.
Long time.
What if you knew that there was another person?
How would you know though?
Because if you both know, I would just go and I would just walk and I just constantly yell, and I just set up a bunch of fires, and just yell, just like, "Hey!"
Yeah, but I mean, if they're across the world,
They're not gonna hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's like, what if you don't know they're across the world? Like, what if you're told they're like, you're in Florida, they are in Washington, go find them, but it's actually the other way. Like, are you gonna go to Washington? Or are you going to go all the way up and just like traverse the whole United States or whatever?
I would probably, if I was in Florida and I was told they're in Washington, I would drive that road, that like the most common road or the biggest road or whatever.
The interstates?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no cell service either. So like,
there's like no way of communicating with them.
No.
It would take a long time.
You think so?
I'd say like,
say you both are going to be alive for 10,000 years. Not 1,000 years. How long do you think it would take?
I'd say a good 50.
You think so?
Yeah.
Years?
50 years, yeah.
I feel like I would take even longer than that. I'm slow. I'm a slow
But
traveler.
you have a car and stuff. You don't have like a plane, but like if you have access to cars, you have access to boats and stuff, all of that.
Like if they were in the US and they didn't fly into any other country, I think 50 years is a good number.
I think if they're actually in the US, I think it'd be like 10.
I could see it.
But across the world, that's hard too, because then it's like you have to learn how to drive a boat or a plane or something.
Yeah.
This is what I would do. If they were in the US, right? Everywhere I go, I'd find a way to mark where I'm going. Like if I'm in Florida and they're in Washington, say I'm in Michigan for some reason, I would say in Michigan on this date, heading to this. Because then if for some reason they run into my path, then they can follow me with where to go, and then eventually we'll meet up.
True.
Here's what you do. You go to sleep and you learn how to astral project. And then while you're sleeping, your body is floating around the world and you can just like look everywhere, cover all this ground in your sleep.
Would you guys go to Mars if you can?
Probably not.
No?
No.
Like if they're like, we'll pay you $20 million once you get back.
Me.
Well, yeah, you're not just going for free. That's how it is. It's like a pioneer thing. Like you go for 2 years, right? And you establish all this stuff. And when you get back to Earth, you get $20 million.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because everything on Mars is paid for. / everything you're making, like food and stuff.
Would you be going there by yourself?
No. Realistically, probably a group of 10 to 20 people.
Yeah.
Do you like the people?
Like a 7 out of 10. Some of them will get under your skin, but it's like you all understand that you need to survive, and you all are gonna get that same amount of money. So you all like have a.
Is it hard to survive out there if we go on this hypothetical trip?
Yes.
For
you
2
gotta like
years.
go find food.
Well, the
Or,
food
like,
if you
food
go into Mars, there's
provided.
no food. You're growing the
Right.
food. So like what you do is you'd land, and the first thing you'd probably want to do is like make a home base and instantly
Yeah.
start making food and finding water supply.
I would do it.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, also you're gonna be given food and like seeds and stuff like that
Yeah.
on the plane and a bunch of water. So like say that lasts you 3 months of the
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah.
And then you technically have the other year and 9 months to like live off of your own. But like if you can recycle your water, you can do this, you can do that, you can grow your own food, right?
For 20 million.
For 20 mil.
For 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good experience
Yeah.
to have.
Well, it takes
Yeah.
like a year and a half to 2 years to get to Mars though, as well. So
Okay.
round trip
Oh.
total time is like maybe 6 years.
Oh, that's a lot.
Because you're not just like teleporting to,
Yeah,
to
right,
Mars.
right.
I think I'd do it if I had nothing going on in my life.
Yeah.
Like if I was
That's
just
fair.
in this phase of my life where I didn't have a job I liked, I was kind of lonely, just wasn't really excited about anything going on, I think I'd probably do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you?
Oh yeah. 100%. Even if I had like if I was like really happy and successful and stuff, I feel like that's something that's like yeah, I went to Mars for 2
Yeah.
years. Like I was gone for 6
Yeah.
years of my life,
Yeah.
but also then you get a big paycheck.
Yes.
I would totally do it. And it'd be hard, but I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you like get along with the people, like they'd literally become your family. You know?
Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
You don't love every single person in your family to
Yeah.
the same degree, and you argue with your family and this
Yeah.
and that, you know?
Would you have a desire to just travel to another planet or somewhere outer space just for no money, but if it was just if it was paid for you to do it, but you don't receive anything, and it would be a short trip, like
Oh,
do you have that desire? Because I really want to go to the moon personally. I think that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, totally. I totally would. I mean, if it's like, what if it's like the most common things that I can think of is like going to the moon, going to Mars, or like maybe taking a trip all the way out and around Pluto or something like that. I would totally do that.
What's
That would take forever.
It would take a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
What's the thing where I've talked to Perch about this before, but where you travel in space and it feels like you're only gone for, I don't know the exact numbers, but say it feels like you're gone for like 2 days, but you were actually gone for like 2 years.
Oh, relativity.
That's so scary to me.
It's like Einstein's theory of relativity.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's like real though? That's a real thing that happens?
There is research that shows that like I'm not quoting anything. I don't know. This is pure rumor, but like there is stuff that shows that time in space is slower. Over time. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like 2 seconds is 1 second or like 1 hour is 1 second. Like I don't know the difference.
I
but
cannot fathom that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about with Interstellar.
Yeah.
They were on a planet for 2 hours and 12 years everywhere else passes.
Like that's horrible. I would never travel in space if that was going to be the case.
No.
You don't think so?
No. I don't want to come back and have everyone
Yeah.
like 10 years ahead of me.
If I went like to space for a couple of hours and I came back and my brother was the same age as me,
That'd be so weird.
that would be insane.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That'd be true. Or like, what if he's like older than you? What if he's
Yeah.
grown up and has a family?
True.
Do you think they would like?
I just feel like I would I like miss out so much on so
Yeah.
much, you know.
Well, that's the whole thing with Interstellar, bros.
Yeah.
The guy Matthew McConaughey literally misses out on his daughter's life.
Yeah.
Like she was like 8 or 10, 12, something like that, and he comes back and he sees her again, and she's on her deathbed.
Yeah.
Like he literally missed her whole life.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Hate that.
I don't know. I think it would depend on where I am. I think it'd be kind of different, unique. I don't know. If I'm not getting anything for it, I think I value my life on Earth more. But like if there's an overall circumstance, like you're helping the human race or something like that, maybe. I would consider it.
Out of your just if you had the opportunity with nothing in return, I think the moon is the only place I'd desire to go in space. Anywhere else, I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Do you think after a certain amount of time, even if your family knows you're doing this, they just like think you're dead? Or do you think they'd always hold out hope that you might come back that day?
I think they'd hold out hope.
Yeah. I mean,
realistically, you'd be communicating, right? Back to Earth.
Yeah.
You can only communicate once every year.
Oh.
Because like every few months is like,
Yeah.
You gotta like you only get it once a year. So if you get it on December 31st, they could message you New Year's Day, but you won't hear from them for 365 days. That'd be trippy.
Yeah.
I also don't want to do all the astronaut training though. That wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
I've always
pretty intense.
Have you guys like seen the gravity simulators?
Yeah.
Would you do those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Sure.
Like the ones where you
Yeah.
feel like 8 G's.
Yeah.
And your whole face just like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do those. That would be fun. Like on a roller coaster, but like 25 trillion times more.
Dude, that's crazy. Like people like pass out on those.
Yeah.
Like if they're like in a plane going like 9 Gs.
Like all their blood literally just goes out of their head. That'd be kind of scary. Well, I mean, you'd be wearing the special suit. Though,
Yeah.
That like pumps all the blood back up to your head. Like what pilots do.
I just want to go on the moon and bounce around and stuff.
Isn't it like the moon is like 60% of Earth's gravity?
I think so. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. I think that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a dream specifically that you have like kind of given up on a little bit?
I feel like personally I have one that I'll kind of let go of for a while, but I always come back to it. So, which would be music for me.
Being a famous singer?
Yeah, or songwriter, either or.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I think I have such mixed feelings about the idea of fame, but I think deep down I just always want to know what it's like and to experience it for a while.
Like how famous?
Never like Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, like Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Not that big.
Yeah.
Probably like if I had like a couple million on Instagram, I'd be fine with that. Like if I had like 3 million followers, I'd be like, sweet, perfect. I wouldn't want it to get that much bigger.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. Perch, what about you? What's a dream you think you've given up on?
I don't know if it was ever like a realistic dream, but being like a professional athlete. I never it's always been a dream. I've never like chased it.
Yeah.
But,
I've never really seen you super, super passionate about playing one particular sport either.
Because I feel like, it takes a toll on you mentally.
Yeah.
And your body.
Yeah.
What sport do you think you'd want to be pro at? Basketball?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Why basketball?
I don't know. I just like it. It's fun.
That's fair. Not football?
Not football. I don't want CTE.
What if you were like a famous pickleball player?
like 10 world championships, like the whole 9
That
yards?
would be cool.
I mean, you'd get known by some people, but
yeah,
not
the people who enjoy the pickleball world.
I feel like that's
a lot
how
of people
tennis
don't even know
are.
that sport exists.
Yeah. I think that's how tennis
fun,
pros
though.
are.
Yeah, true.
Like some tennis pros, but like you're not like, oh my gosh, that's Andrew Luck, or oh my gosh, that's Aaron Rodgers, or like the super famous football people.
Yeah.
I feel like I could walk into so many famous athletes and have no clue at all that they're famous.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, hey sir.
I think everybody has that for like hockey players.
Yeah.
Like my girlfriend knows hockey players, but I'm just like, I know maybe 10, maybe. I probably know
maybe
8, like what 8 of them look like.
I don't know. I feel like the athletes I hear the most about are football and basketball, but I only could recognize like the big names that everyone talks about constantly.
Yeah.
Like Steph Curry or something.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of, I feel like I know like one player per big team.
I mean, I don't think.
Who's on the New York Knicks?
I have no clue.
It's a pretty big team. What about the Boston Celtics?
I have no clue. That's the other thing with a lot of them. I don't even know what teams they're on anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like Steph Curry, wasn't he on the Nuggets?
No.
Never.
Wait, what team was he on?
The Warriors? He still is on the Warriors.
He got drafted by the Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Tom Brady.
Football. Was he
Yeah.
Broncos?
No.
Never.
I don't know. Any name that I hear a lot in Colorado, I just assume they're on a Colorado team.
Peyton Manning.
Broncos.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I set you up there.
Who was the
Champ Bailey. Von Miller.
no,
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, him.
Tim Tebow.
See, I can't even remember their
Puts her
name.
fist up to her head, does the Tebow.
Isn't that what he did?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
he
a
did.
football player.
Yeah.
He was a stud in college too. He was a stud. I think my dream that I've given up on is being an Olympian.
For what? Running?
There's a lot. I mean, I would love to be an Olympian for running. I think that'd be super fun. Part of me would love to be an Olympian for surfing.
Oh.
Like, come on.
Ooh.
You go to this
That'd
place
be
in the
That
Summer
would
Olympics and you
be
just surf all,
cool.
like, that'd be sick. All you do is surf?
I could totally see you as a surfer too.
Yeah.
You look like a surfer.
Yeah. I always had wanted to maybe be an Olympian for something skiing related too. The tricks, I didn't ever learn any tricks, but that would be cool. But also, I think I could be really good at cross country skiing. And like the what's it called? The
I know what you're talking about.
biathlon. And
Yeah.
they cross country ski and then get to these ranges and
Yeah.
they shoot a little airsoft gun
Uh-huh.
and they like knock these pins down and then you get penalized if you don't have. I think I could be really good at that just because I have like the runner-ish, cross country-ish style body.
Yeah.
I've always known you as a runner, but I think if I saw you being big as an athlete, I would picture it either being a winter sport or like an ocean sport.
Yeah.
Or like just a water sport.
I'm such a Cali boy at heart.
I
I would
that.
love to
I
just
could
wake
see
up
you
and go
there.
surf in the morning
That would be so cool.
and then go
Yeah.
surf at night. Like, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Living on the beach would just be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always wanted to be an Olympian, though, because, like, those people are the top
Yeah.
peak. And just getting to the Olympics isn't enough for me. I'd have to gold medal.
Dang.
Like, that specific Olympics,
yeah.
I was the best in the world
Yeah.
at something.
Okay.
Now, if I just retired after that, I'm good. I ended on top, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's like, I'm not just going to the Olympics. I'm
Yeah,
winning my
yeah.
event at the Olympics. It would be like my goal,
Okay. Respect.
my like dream that I think I'm just kind of like, you know, but
Purich, do you think it would be a dream of yours to be like a big streamer? Because I really see you doing that.
I could see myself doing that, honestly.
Do you think that you would like it though?
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you wake up and literally just stream and play video games all
Yeah.
day.
You wake up, play video
Yeah.
games, and get paid for it.
I just feel like there aren't that many things that I'm just like, yes, 100% you, but I feel like that is one of those things where I'm like, I can 110%
Yeah.
see you doing that.
I could see myself doing that for sure.
I think you have the comedy side of it to where
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
you could entertain a whole chat
Yeah.
easily. You know, like Tim,
Mhm.
like the guy that we
Yeah.
watch all the time,
Yeah.
Tim. He
Yeah.
always makes these funny jokes. Like when people will just like donate him like $250, he goes, "Thanks for the $250 dono. Tough day at work."
Yeah.
And this past weekend, like he went to like the Masters and stuff, and he has all these like trips planned out, and he goes, "Okay, guys, I'm putting my PTO in right now, letting you know
Yeah.
2 months in advance. I'm not gonna be there. PTO requested. Hopefully, y'all approve it.
Yeah.
It's not up to you, but I'm gonna go." What would you stream?
I don't know.
Valorant?
Like a variety of games. Because
Val-
I do get
Val?
tired of like games.
Yeah.
Val would definitely be one.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you'd get tilted,
yeah.
just like every Val
Go
player
play
does.
COD or something.
Okay.
Warzone.
CS,
Maybe.
maybe.
Potentially.
I'm trying to think of other like game. Would you ever
Rocket
play
League?
League?
No.
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 Would you ever play like any of the like random variety games like Pro Soccer Online?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a cool thing about having a platform in any field is because once you have established that, you can kind of do
Yeah.
whatever you want and you
Yeah.
have people who want to watch. Like you could literally decide one day like, hey, do you want to just watch me play with a Rubik's Cube or
Yeah.
something? And people would.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're just free to do anything and no
Mhm.
matter what, you're still going to get support.
I think you could be a really good just chatting streamer too.
I feel like I could be.
Just because literally you just talk,
Yeah.
pull up some Reddit threads.
I
Yeah.
can see you just
Pull
being
up
like a
some YouTube
fucking
videos.
troll. People think it's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. What do you think you would play the most if you would like did just chatting and another game? What do you think you'd play the most?
Probably Val.
Really?
Probably.
I mean, you say you play for like 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
I think.
Because
I haven't like tried it.
you could
but
take
I-
breaks,
Yeah,
too.
I could do that.
I mean, if you stream for 8 hours, 30 minutes of just chatting before,
Yeah.
you're just hanging out,
Watching a YouTube video with the chat while
Yeah.
I'm eating lunch or whatever.
react to you.
Yeah.
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 In between games, if you have a really bad game,
Yeah.
What if one day I was watching your stream and I was like, I'll give you $1,000 right now if you just start playing Animal Crossing.
I would absolutely do it.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would love to watch you play a wholesome game like that.
Yeah, I would too. Like Minecraft?
Yeah.
would love
Oh.
I mean, I would genuinely be curious. Like, if someone's always playing shooter type games, I'd be like, what kind of stuff did they make when
Yeah.
they play these fun, cutesy
Yeah.
games?
Yeah. Minecraft, I feel like that'd be a hole though.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd have one Minecraft stream and then the next day you're playing Minecraft
Yeah.
again. And then like a month later, you're just done for like 2 years.
True.
You just have your,
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
With Minecraft.
Yeah.
I want to play.
Yeah.
And then you play and the next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Have you played Minecraft?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Minecraft. It's like a big thing that actually got me into architecture.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
heck
games
yeah.
like Minecraft, Sims on PC, Animal Crossing, all those
I love playing
designy type
Sims.
games. I just love it. I love the design aspect of it. Because
Yeah.
every time I play Minecraft, I always build houses.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
So,
true. I've seen some crazy TikToks of what people do. They
oh,
spend like
yeah.
days building houses.
I saw this
See,
guy
I
and
don't
he built
have the
the.
mental capacity to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
but
no.
this one guy on TikTok, he designed the whole universe on Minecraft.
What?
So it's like outer space. You can see, like, I don't know what call it, like nebulas and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's like you can see like planets. It's crazy.
Actually, that's funny you say that because I saw a guy recreate Atlantis.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that too. It's
Yeah.
insane, and it looks so good. But there's so much math that goes into it. You have to
Yeah.
plan out
Yeah.
all the angles of
Yeah.
things.
Making a circle in Minecraft
Yeah.
is way harder than
Yeah,
it seems.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it's like you go 3 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by
Yeah.
4 by 2 by 4 by
Yeah.
3 by
Yeah.
2. Like, what?
Any shape that is not a block is so hard to
I
do.
will say,
in
yeah.
Minecraft.
watching Minecraft streams too to fall asleep to, oh my god. It's so soothing because you just hear
Yeah.
the like
yeah.
noise of them placing
Yeah.
the
The
blocks
Minecraft
and just
music in the background.
yeah, they're just
It's also just funny to see people just walk around and just what they do. I saw
Yeah.
this video once of this. I don't know if this was edited or not, but it was like a little child's voice, and he's like, "This is my fox. Like, this is Frank." And then they walk, and then the fox falls into a thing of lava, and he's like screaming.
It's like, have you guys seen the Last of Us video?
Mm-mm.
So The Last of Us is like a post-apocalyptic thing, right? And you have like people are hunting and doing all this stuff, but there's literally the start of the part 2 game. There's this snow bunny just hobbling.
Wait, is that The Last of Us? I
Yeah.
don't think it is.
Yeah,
Is
no,
it?
it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that, yeah.
And so this girl, the most famous clip is of this girl
Yeah.
watching, and she just goes, "Oh my gosh, that's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life." But then what happens is one of the characters shoots the bunny with an arrow, and it like dies, and she just goes, "Oh my gosh!" She like starts crying, and it's literally the first thing that happens in the second
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I would have the same reaction to that.
yeah.
I love cute
Yeah.
things in video games. When we were playing COD Mobile a while back, I think it was around like Chinese New Year, I think.
Yeah.
And there was
yeah, it
like
was.
there was some little
Oh
cute
yeah, those
creature
those
Oh,
in,
yeah.
bunnies.
in,
They were
the, in the
bunnies.
lobby, and I was just like
Yeah.
following her. I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cute!" Like,
I was just shooting.
fuck you for that.
Also, for anyone, 3v3 COD Mobile, we will beat you.
Oh yeah,
We are
Absolutely.
Shit on
professionals.
these kids.
Yeah.
I seriously can get confused on like what people do all day in those games.
I'm just wondering though. I'm like, do we just have to level up more or something, or is this really how
100%. I don't know,
everybody?
actually.
Probably.
But I
No.
Because I was playing it a lot longer than you guys, so I'm
Yeah.
higher up, and I still
Yeah.
get the same kind
yeah,
of...
your elo's a
Yeah.
lot higher than ours.
Yeah,
And even with ours being at 0, it would average it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'd get
Yeah.
people your skill and then some people our skill.
We
Yeah, I
always
don't know.
win.
They were dog.
They were dog.
I want to be a gamer girl so bad.
I think you should start doing it.
You should.
I just don't know what I would want to... I don't really have a specific game that I'm so passionate about that I'd want to play it this often.
Animal
you know?
Crossing.
Yeah, but even that, I think after a while, I'd want to try. I want to do shooter games. I'm ass at them.
You just have to learn.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but I guess I could just be one of those streamers where I'm not good, and that is my whole gimmick. I'm
Yeah,
just-
you make
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
comedic.
yeah.
And then have your people who join just make fun of you the whole time.
I was thinking about, this is off topic, but I was thinking about that earlier today. What I love about our friend group is every single one of us is so good at just taking shit and like laughing at ourselves. I'm so happy that we're like that, because we can be, all of us, we can be so mean to each other and we just all fucking laugh.
Yeah, pretty much. It's always towards me, but
since we started this podcast.
That's not true. That's not
now
true.
I get shit on by the two guys all the time.
That's true. Having our other two friends around definitely equals it out for you.
I was talking to the girls about this when we were driving back from skiing. I was like, yeah, so the other night, like last night, I just made a joke and I was just kidding, but I was like, Austin's built like the wacky inflatable arm flailing things outside of the furniture stores or car stores or whatever. And then Purich is just all of a sudden, you're built like a fucking fire hydrant. And I was like, dude, how quick you came up with that, I was like, he's been fucking holding this in for a while. You've been thinking about this.
Are you sure?
You came back so quick with that.
Maybe he just drove by a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
You thought about it the night before. Maybe you were wearing red that day.
No, I was like, whatever. I wish I was built like a fire hydrant because at least they have curves. And then he was like, yeah, in the wrong places.
Fire hydrants are curvy.
Yeah, I like the top.
Where the arms are.
Yeah.
It's just like little
shoulders
little T-Rex arms.
Is like where I'm at, and I'm trying to work on that. Trying to build up my lower half.
I love having like roast battles like that though.
I do too.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a point to where we all just like get mad and just like don't have a comeback, and we're just like, no, you.
Austin's just like ratio.
Ratio.
I love having those roast battles too until it gets too real. Then I'm like, hey, that was fucking too specific.
Yeah. Like, whoa. Settle down there, buckaroo. Settle down. Yeah. This is like really sad. Like what painful emotion do you feel the most?
Whoa.
Like
that's
like,
deep. No, let's get deep. Let's hear it.
That's harsh.
I'm very emotional, so I feel like you guys will predict my answer, but I'm very curious to know yours.
I don't think I understand the question. It's like most painful emotion, like what? Like, sadness?
Sadness, anger, like betrayed, hurt, like I don't know, something like that.
I don't know.
I think I feel anger the most.
Really?
I think so. But
really,
we have said this before. I suppress my emotions.
Yeah, because you never come across like an angry person at all.
Interesting. Anger?
Yeah.
I would have
like I could feel sadness and then it transfers into anger, whether it's like at someone or at myself.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. Like what it transfers into.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like it will always end up turning into anger.
Mm-hmm.
I think that anger is actually a really interesting emotion because, and I heard this once, but I think it's so true that the root of all anger is fear. And I really do believe when we get really mad about something, it's because we're scared of either like what something means or we're scared of losing something.
Yeah,
or,
sure.
You know?
Whoa, therapist Kendall out here. Oh my gosh. Tugging on the heartstrings a little too much.
After this podcast released, I've had too many adults tell me that I need to become a therapist.
Yeah, you should be my shrink.
Our first session is next week.
So yours is anger?
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
I think so, by far.
I would definitely say mine is sadness. I don't consider myself an angry person. If I do feel anger, it's very fleeting, and then it just makes me feel sad. I don't know.
Yeah, see? Your anger turns into sadness. My sadness turns into anger.
Yeah.
Do you think your sadness, like, you're saying you start sad?
No, I think for the most part, when it comes to anger, I think that I feel it and it'll turn into a sadness. But even when I start feeling something with anger is not often. It's usually like straight to sadness. Like if someone really betrays me, like most of the time, like in that kind of situation, I'll get mad and then I'm just sad about it for like ever afterwards. But there are also most situations I'm just straight to sadness, never feel anger about it.
Oh.
But I think that my sadness branches out into a lot of other different emotions, whether that's like me feeling like disappointed or like
Yeah.
bad about myself,
Yeah.
like insecure,
Yeah.
things like that, you know?
I don't know what mine is. I guess I'm still like grappling the question. Like I
also feel like you're like perched though in the sense that you suppress things.
Oh yeah, I
And so-
internalize. I deal with all my issues up here in my brain.
Same here.
Sometimes like for you, it comes across to me that you like never feel any of that. And I know that you do.
Oh,
But
that's honestly probably.
I feel
just
like you
what
also just you're good at moving past things really quickly.
depends on the
Yeah.
thing. There's some things that I am still holding on
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I also don't view you as an angry person.
No, I think like when you think like the question, it was like negative emotion, right? Or painful emotion.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
what are the painful emotions? Sadness,
I think sadness, anger,
Like grief.
yeah,
grief.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, but like jealousy could be one. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily like
I could
think
see that
jealousy
as
can
painful.
be painful.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I think like hurt, just like if people around you like make you feel bad about yourself,
Yeah.
or, like betray you.
Okay. Sadness, not really. Like when I'm sad, I just talk to myself and just like make my
Mhm.
anger. I do not get angry very easily.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot. Like you
Yeah.
guys haven't seen me
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
angry.
yeah.
You've seen me like annoyed.
Yeah.
Sure.
But like angry, there's like 2 people that probably see me like angry. But
Mhm.
like when I think of grief, like when I think of my grandpa dying, like it's like I miss having him around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I always think about it every now. I'm like, what I would give to have one conversation right now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But it's like, is that grief? But I also don't like consistently feel that or like feel
Yeah.
it so
Yeah.
deep. You
I
know?
think that's also just the nature of grief. I think when you
Yeah.
first lose someone or something, you feel it constantly for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And then with time, it's such a like fleeting, comes and goes. And usually it comes
Yeah.
in waves when it does, but it's not constant.
maybe mine is sadness. Cause like when I get sad, I get sad.
I have one that maybe,
Okay.
I don't know if it is, but I could see it being, or like maybe like disappointment. Whether that's with a person or a situation, you just feel like it falls short of your expectations or something.
Oh, I definitely
I
do
could see
not
that for
like
sure.
feeling disappointed because then I just get annoyed. But like when somebody's disappointed in me, I definitely
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
that hits the heart
Well,
for
if
me.
someone's disappointed in you, I feel like that feeling transfers to you, and then you're disappointed
Yeah.
also in
Yes.
yourself.
Yeah, disappointment's probably definitely up there.
Which is why it sucks so bad when people are like, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, to piggyback back to your anger thing,
Yeah.
because like for me, there's different types of anger, right? Like for
I
me,
agree.
like the things that like what my sister can do, like what Maddie can do, is like she doesn't make me angry. It's the annoyed anger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like like
Frustration.
rage.
Yeah.
It's I'm annoyed or like I'm frustrated or just like slightly like. Is it when you say anger? Like what type of anger is it? Because I'm not saying it's like you get like you obviously don't get like rageful.
No, I don't get rageful. I think it's like most of the time it's like self anger. Like I get angry at myself,
Mhm.
or like, and that ties into like the
Mm.
whole disappointment thing too. Like
Yeah.
I get disappointed in myself,
Yeah.
and then it like makes me pissed off at myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And then just,
but I do get like sad anger too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I think I kind of actually struggle with anger as an emotion because I think that I'm actually scared of feeling that, and I think I kind of force myself to be sad instead.
Mm.
Because I have had moments where I would not consider myself at all someone who suppresses their emotions. But when it comes to anger, I think I maybe do a little bit, because when I've had moments in my life, very few of them, but when I get angry, I get like angry and it
Mhm.
like all comes out all at once, and it's very short lived. And then like once I like do something, it's relieved and gone and done with. But like, yeah, I've had some like explosive moments. I'm not gonna lie, not like violent or anything, but like where I just want to scream and like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. Have you ever had a screaming match? Not like just like to yourself or like into your pillow where you're just so mad where you just scream into your pillow?
Rarely, but yes, it has happened.
Like that? I struggle seeing you do that. Like, I struggle seeing you, like, outwardly, seriously express that emotion.
I could see you doing it, but only when you're completely by yourself.
Yes.
I could never see you doing it in front of people, though.
Yeah, or at someone? No, never.
I can't really see you. I never really see you express any emotion, like, super openly and expressive.
Do I not look happy to you?
No. Like, I feel like I'll see you, like, laugh really hard at something, but even, like, if you're sad, you're always kind of just, like, calm and collected. I think
Yeah.
it's not that you never come across to me like an unfeeling ghoul or anything,
Sure.
but, like, you're just always you gather yourself.
You're a
really
thinker.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in recent months, I have been a writer.
Really?
I, like, take my emotions and whatever it's like in my head. It just
Oh, I
What
love
does that,
that.
what does
Like in
that
a
help
journal.
you with?
just
I'm just curious.
just
like
like
you
letting
personally.
go of like what has been running through my head. Like let's say I've been thinking about something for a week or a couple of weeks.
Uh-huh.
Then it like helps me like move past.
Mhm.
Just like letting it
Mm.
fall out of my brain.
Okay.
I think that kind of goes along too with how people always say it's, like, good to talk about your emotions, and obviously that doesn't work for everyone, but I do think it's good to release a thought you have and have been thinking away from yourself. So, like, if you really don't want to vocalize it and express it to somebody else, at least you can write it down and it's somewhere other than just your mind,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And I think there's power in that.
Yeah. I've definitely heard a lot of people talk about journaling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Therapists
people
will
like it.
always tell you to do that.
That would piss me off.
I think therapy would piss you off. But I really believe that everyone can benefit from it. I don't think that everyone needs it to the same extent, but I think it could always be a positive thing if you're open to it. But you have to be open to it.
I just think for me, it's like, just write your thoughts down. They're still in my head.
Yeah.
Like, writing the thoughts down and burning the piece of paper doesn't get rid of the thought for me. So
I
like,
never
when you're
burn
like,
the piece of paper.
Yeah.
I will always go back to it.
I just feel like then I'm not letting go of it.
That's fair.
And if you are, then
Yeah.
applauds to you. But like,
Yeah.
if something's an issue and I write it down, I feel like burning it is the next step. But then it's like,
Sure.
I don't know if that's really going to like bring me
Yeah.
Yeah.
soothing thoughts,
Yeah.
because I'm still going to think about it.
Yeah. I feel that because I think that some people feel a release from it, others don't. I think for me, I've never really been a big fan of just journaling and just writing down my feelings as they are. But for me, it was always turning it into music. And then for me, it feels like I'm being productive with my negative feelings and turning it into something more positive, and it's empowering. You know?
Yeah. I understand that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what that can like do for somebody.
Yeah.
I guess I just don't. I have never found my coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like journaling is not it. I should probably go to therapy because I know it would be really good for me. But like,
Sure.
I don't have a coping mechanism except for internalization. And my girlfriend says that's not a good thing. I beg to differ because I've made it this far. But like, I'm getting to a point where I don't know how healthy it is.
Yeah. I think sometimes there are things, depending on the situation, where like people definitely can internalize things and that works for them.
Mm-hmm.
But it also reaches a point where it's too much.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
internalizing too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It kind of like takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's I was gonna say like what's the line of like what's too much, but it's different for
Right,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
I can't. Well, I had 3 thoughts today, and two of them made me angry, and one of them it really made me angry. I'm
Yeah.
gonna internalize.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, I think based on how you've described things, like I also think that internalizing things, it doesn't have to be one or the other, like good or bad. Sometimes it is very neutral. It's just like what works for you. But if you reach a point where it's like something has been weighing on you for so long, and every time you think about it, you feel the same like anger, sadness, or whatever as you did when it happened, it's like that's not healthy. And it's maybe like obviously you handle yourself. You've never had some crazy outburst where I'm like, whoa, he needs to like work on that or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's obviously good, and obviously you're managing it. But I think it's saying that you could benefit from something doesn't mean what you're doing is bad. It's just like you could take an extra step and feel a little bit better.
I see. Okay, I see. Well, I just got to figure out what that next step is.
Yeah.
That's the biggest question there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, when
write out my thoughts, I can't type them. I've tried in a keyboard, I've tried in like my phone, but it like feels better to just write them with a pencil or a pen.
It's so much more organic and like raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. The past time, like I have journaled before.
Sure.
But it just like, I don't know. I didn't. I feel like the journaling wasn't the solution to my
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
problem.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
I think for me, when it comes to actually like writing out my thoughts, sometimes it was helpful if I was mad at someone to write out everything I want to say, even the nasty shit that I would never say to them.
Yeah.
And just be like, there, I said it. And it's like, they didn't hear it, but I still said it. You know?
Yeah.
But I think there are so many other coping mechanisms that you could explore and try out.
Yeah.
Like, just because journaling works for some people does not mean it has to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally okay if it's not.
Yeah, better not. I'm only crying.
I know for some people it's like
Yeah.
just listening to music.
Yeah. Or working out.
Yeah.
One of my biggest things that I do know that I do a lot is I talk to myself. Oh my gosh. I will literally I will drive an hour to my family and I will not have music. There will be no radio.
Yeah.
It will be the sounds of my voice and my tires on the road. And that's it. And I just like talk and like, it's funny because there's like two conversations going on. I'll just be like, blah, 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 blah. But then I'm saying something and my mind is taking it and like having a conversation because then I'm thinking of something and then like I won't vocalize everything that I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'll just think like, oh, this person really pissed me off today. But then in my head is like, yeah, well, when they did this and this and this and this. And then I'll just think, and then I'll just be like, yeah, like vocally, just be like, yeah, what the heck was that about?
Yeah.
And it's like just like random, like imagine a conversation, but you take out every 10 seconds, you just like cut out 5 seconds. Like that's what it's like, and you get random context.
Does it make you feel better though?
Sometimes.
I actually think that's like kind of a cool thing to do. I have actually had a therapist tell me before that I should do that, not necessarily talk to myself, but take a small amount of time in the day where I just sit in silence. I'm not watching TV. I'm not listening to anything.
It's
I'm
like
just
meditation
sitting with
almost.
myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good to be like comfortable enough to sit there with your own thoughts and just like talk them through with yourself, whether it's out loud or in your head.
Yeah. I definitely do that a lot. That's probably my biggest coping mechanism is talking to myself.
Yeah.
But also when I'm alone, the vast majority of the day, I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
About like random stuff too. I'll just be like, okay, I'm gonna go. Like in the morning, I don't really talk much in the morning.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'll just like say it out loud. I'm just like say it out loud.
Yeah.
And then I'll like walk over to the bathroom, and it's like, oh, I need to go get some more bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bread was nowhere
It kind
near
of
me.
helps to remember sometimes when you just say it.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. I have a good memory too, so it's kind of nice. But
I like to do that sometimes. Like not necessarily talk to myself, but I like to go drive when like something is like really taking over my head.
Yeah.
I like to go drive, windows all the way down. I don't care how cold it is outside.
Oh, that's a
I
really
like to
good
like
idea.
just feel it.
Yeah.
Because then it's almost like the air is just wafting your thoughts away.
Yeah. I don't do it like very
like
often,
that.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's you got to hit it.
Yeah, I
hit a
gotta hit like a
certain
certain point
level.
to like be able to.
You just got to be safe while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're road raging, pull over.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just like if
Or
you're
if you're,
so
like-
consumed with your thoughts that you're like driving like a maniac, don't do that.
True.
Yeah.
Because I've had times where I probably shouldn't. I did drive like that, and I probably shouldn't have because I was like sobbing, and then it like obstructs your field of vision, the tears.
Or like sometimes when I'm pissed off, I'm just flooring it in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going 100.
That's why it only works.
45.
It works the best at night because there's less cars
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah. And you just.
Yeah.
Where do you drive to?
Anywhere.
Just wherever you just literally just go.
I just drive.
And everywhere you go, okay, let's just go left here.
Yeah.
Mm,
And then I'll find my way home eventually.
true.
Yeah.
I used to do that a little bit in high school.
Yeah.
Like I would always take the long way. or
Yeah.
not even the long way home. My chill and like favorite way to go
Yeah,
home. Like when I
yeah.
would go when my mom lived in Golden, right? I'd go down 70 like normal, but I would take all the back streets because I
Yeah.
know all the back streets.
Yeah.
And there was nothing more just like calming to me than rolling my windows, at least the front two,
Yeah.
and driving through downtown Golden at night.
Yeah.
There's nothing more therapeutic to me than doing that.
Yeah.
That is a huge coping mechanism, and I can't do it anymore really, but like I loved doing that. When it's pitch black outside, all I see is the Arch of Gold and then all these people walking by, and I just have music playing, and I just chug along downtown Golden.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is soothing.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, since you like to internalize, and a lot of people don't like to do this, but I think it helps me at least just understand things better. But when I'm upset, because this doesn't involve talking to anyone, I had a therapist tell me once too, and it actually like stuck with me. When I was telling her that I was really upset about something, she was just like, blah, 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 blah. She's saying all this stuff, and then she was just like, get curious about like the feelings that you're feeling. And I think when you think about what happened and you really start to break it down, like, I'm upset about this, like, what upsets me the most? Why does that upset me the most? And you just like keep like narrowing it down to like the real source of why you're upset. It's like, I feel like it almost feels more manageable to deal with it, because you're like, all right, this is the problem. All of those other things I listed don't matter. This is what I need to fix.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good mechanism,
that.
actually. I like that too. Therapy's in session.
We're getting vulnerable today. I mean, I've been in and out of therapy since I was like 11. So I'm like,
I need to be, but I got a lot of issues.
But again, like I said, because I will admit therapy did not work for me until the last few years of my life, because
the last few years of your life.
The past year, you know what I mean. Because I wasn't open to it. And when you like have that mental block and you're so resistant to it, it's just like you won't get anything out of it. Yeah. And like, so I think like if you're not open to it, like wait until you are. Because when I started really taking therapy seriously after my dad died, and that was the first time in my life that I was willingly choosing to go to therapy on my own without my parents just being like, you have to do this. Because that's what it always was. It was just my parents putting me in therapy. And when I finally made that decision on my own, it did really help. And I started to actually see the value in it. Because when I was younger, I would have told you like, fuck therapy, it's fucking stupid. But it's not. And it doesn't solve your problems. Sure. It doesn't. But it's just, it's nice to go somewhere for like an hour and have time to like vent and talk through all of these things that have been in your head, and to just, it's like just relief to, I almost like put them on someone else for a sec. Yeah. But it's their job. So.
Yeah, I would, my thought of therapy, I go into the room and I just like, sorry to the therapist, but just like light up the therapist. Just like I'm standing, I'm like a businessman about to make a huge sale, or like something just happened bad and my stock plummeted, right? Like I'm walking back and forth in the office and I'm just lighting the chick up with my issues, or the dude with my issues. That's my thought of therapy.
I actually think they would love that.
They probably would.
So many people go and they just like won't say anything.
Yeah,
They're
true.
Like, and you just sit there for an hour like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with saying my problems to someone. Like I'll tell them. Yeah. I'll tell them anything they want to know. They want to know. They want to know my issues about this. Here you go. 20 minutes of me venting.
I will say though, one piece of advice: if you do ever decide to start, like, be patient. It does take a long time to find a therapist that you actually like. Yeah. So if you go somewhere and you're like, I hate the way that they like ran this, like, don't take that as that's therapy, because every therapist is so vastly different and they all have such different approaches and things that they specialize in. So
true. I'll look into it.
Going back to what you were saying earlier though, like how it has helped you in like the more recent years of your life. I think like when parents make you do something, you will hate it, especially when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah.
No.
Especially when you're a kid and you haven't really you don't really understand why they feel like you need to be there. Yeah. Because you don't understand your own shit, and it's like, obviously you probably should go. Yeah. But it's just like when you're like, no, you need to do this. Like, you have to work on this and this and this. And then it's just like, well, fuck you. I don't want to.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
in spite of you.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like doing the dishes.
Yeah.
Or your chores, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it right now. I'll do it whenever I want to.
Oh, a little harsh there, Bruce. A little harsh. I could feel your teeth just grit when you started. I want to do the dishes in 13 minutes.
I'll play a game with a friend.
And when are we gonna hit the gritty first, Mom?
After I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I gotta practice my Brazilian
jiu-jitsu.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. I hope you guys liked our little therapy session that we had with each other. This video will also be posted onto YouTube, Spilled Milk Podcast on YouTube. And you guys can also check us out on Instagram for behind-the-scenes stuff at spilledmilk.podcast. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.